up guys, California Hunting Bros here, and today we're going to be making summer sausage out of some of our duck from this year. So I'm going to go over what you'll need to get started. This is going to be our first time doing it. So the first thing you're going to need is a KitchenAid, and we had one of those. So we just went ahead and bought this grinder to go along with it, and a stuffer. Next, you're going to need pork butt or pork fat, and we have roughly 5 pounds of duck. So we got 5 pounds of pork butt, and then you're going to need casings. These are pre-tied. We got them off Amazon, and it came with these things to clamp down at the end. And then we have backwoods cured sausage seasonings, and then we have all our duck. So yeah, we'll take you through the process.
So the first step is we're just going to rinse off all of our meat, and when it thaws from the freezer, all the blood kind of comes out of it. So we're just going to put it in a strainer right now and get as much of that blood out of there as possible. So yeah. Alright, we got the duck and also a piece of antelope in there, and we're just going to let cold water run over it for a bit and rinse off any blood, and then we'll rinse it off after we cut it up into cubes later. So yeah.
So the next step is we're going to trim off all the bloodshot and fat. I'll show you what it looks like on this piece. So anything like that. And so you're just going to want to trim that off. Sometimes it's easier to peel it off. Just like that. So the next step is we're going to be dicing up all our meat so we can fit it in the grinder. I have this goose breast here, and we're just going to want to do pieces about like that. And we're also going to dice up our pork.
Okay, so we got everything diced up into about inch cubes. We ended up doing roughly about 6 pounds of duck plus a little bit of antelope, and then 5 pounds of pork. So we're gonna throw this in the refrigerator or in the freezer and let that meat firm up before we grind it all up. Okay, all of the meat is ground up right there. Looks really good. Looks like a pretty good mix between the pork and the fat in there. That's what we're looking for. And we're gonna go ahead and put this in the fridge for a little bit and just let it stay cool. And then after that, we're gonna be adding the seasoning and the cure. So stay tuned.
Alright guys, we put the meat in the fridge for about 2 hours, and then we went ahead and weighed it. It's at 14.5, but we still have to subtract the bowl. So we'll show you the next step.
Okay, so now we're gonna season our meat. So here's up close. This is a backwoods summer sausage original seasoning, and there's instructions on the back. And this seasoning pack is for 25 pounds of meat, but we have 14 pounds. So we measured out the right amount of seasoning for 14 pounds of meat. So here's our seasoning right here. Here's our water already measured out. And then each little pack, 5 of these come with a seasoning, and each one is for 5 pounds of meat. So we're just gonna go ahead and put 3 in, so it'd be 1 pound over what it should be. But this is the cure for the meat. So what you want to do is you want to just open up the cure and put it all in with the seasoning. Just like that. Then you're gonna get your water, add your water to the seasoning, and then you're just gonna whisk it up until it kind of all dissolves. And then after it's all whisked up, we'll add this to the meat and then mix it around the meat.
So the next step is we're gonna mix our seasoning into the meat, and we got it roughly in half because we're using 2 different bowls. And we're gonna wanna mix it very thoroughly and just take it slow and do a little bit, then mix and a little bit, and we'll do a time lapse for you guys. Alright, so next we're going to soak the casings in some warm water for about 30 minutes before we stuff them. And we have our seasoned and mixed meat right here, and we're going to run it through the grinder again through a smaller thing, so it just gets a little bit smaller. So the next step is that we're going to be stuffing them. So we let the casing soak in warm water for about 4 to 5 minutes. And we put this in the freezer after we ran it through. And then we attached our stuffer to the KitchenAid, and we'll show you how to do it.
Alright, here we go. Never done this before, so bear with us if we don't do it perfect. But you want to get all the water out of the casing first. And meanwhile, Luke is loading up the stuffer. And then I think you're gonna go ahead and put your casing on and push it up all the way. So the back of your casing is what's getting the stuff first. And then we're gonna go ahead and start stuffing it.
Alright guys, we stuffed the summer sausage. They turned out really nice. And we're gonna let them sit in the fridge overnight for the cure to set in. And then we're gonna smoke them in the morning. So we'll show you guys that. And it took a while. We started at 8:30 and it's 4:30. So yeah. Alright guys, we're going to put on our summer sausage now. We have it set at 180 degrees, and we're going to put the summer sausage on there until they reach an internal temperature of 165 degrees, and we'll tell you guys how long that takes. Summer sausage has been smoking for about 5 hours now, and we poked them with a thermometer so they don't explode the casings. And the internal temperature is 165 degrees on this one, so I'm going to take it off and put it in an ice bath for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to set it out to get to room temperature, and then we're going to put it in the fridge overnight and vacuum seal it tomorrow. So I'll take this guy off and put it in the ice bath.
Alright guys, we are almost done. We smoked the sausages yesterday, and we let them sit in the fridge overnight for all that fat to kind of settle down and solidify. So it's the next day, and we're almost done with this process. All we have to do now is cut them into smaller chunks and vacuum seal them for the fridge. But we're also gonna cut one of these open and show you guys how it turned out. We couldn't wait, so we had one last night, and it is by far the best summer sausage I've ever had. So let me cut one open and show you guys what it looks like on the inside.
That's it, guys. Guys, now we're gonna vacuum seal them, but first I'm gonna give you guys a taste test. So here it is. It's super good. It's like the best summer sausage I've ever had. So, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.